Welcome to the ET322 Clipper Clamper Circuits Lab. Turn it on and let's just take a quick look at this. Let's go to measure. And I'll go ahead and print this out. I know it's had some problems. Okay, 12 volts peak to peak. And we got 6 volts peak. That's perfect. Okay, so let's turn him off and turn on our blue. And let's move that up a little bit. And we have a clipped signal. Let's go ahead and single. Okay, and let's go ahead and measure that and see how far of an offset we have. So we're going to go to channel 2 and we're going to go positive. Max, sorry. And let's go min, channel 2, minimum. Okay. So let me, just in case we can't see that, let me go ahead and clip that and use a snipping tool. So we could see it. Okay, so what we have is a clipped signal. We have the 6 volts on the bottom unchanged. The diode voltage, and it turns out it's about 0.4, which is reasonable for that diode. So we go 0.4 above 0, it's clipped, and the bottom one remains. On it, and let's go ahead and start it. And I want a 1.5. So what do we got? Got 2, so I'm going to go to Shift A. Sometimes you have to click on it. Let's go Shift A. There we go. And I want a 1.5. Go A. Close enough. Good, we're on a 1.5 volt DC bias. And let's go ahead and turn on our scope. And we have minimum of minus 2.9. So we've got a 1.5 plus 0.4 for our diode. Good. Oh, it's 2.9. We got 1.5 plus 1. Yeah, should be, that's almost 3. Why is that? Let's restart this guy. and single set, and 1.93 there. That makes more sense. So we've got a 1.93 and 6 volts on the bottom. That is a DC bias. So let me go ahead and use my snipping tool, cut that out and make sure that everybody could see that. Sometimes our scope doesn't show the measurements. And let's get him out of the way. And right now we've got 1.93 minus, which is our 1.5 volts plus a diode, 0.4. And the top is a 6 volt. That's perfect. Open up our scope and run it, and let's go back to run. And single sequence, and let's go ahead and yeah, I think that's going to make sure that one looks good. We got a 1.88, yes, 1.5 positive plus a diode. Perfect. So we are a positive clipper, and we have a DC bias on there in order to move that. Good. And let's start it. Okay, we got our standard sine wave. Looks like 5 volts peak to peak. Perfect. So let's turn him off. And let's turn on blue. And let's go ahead and bring him down a smidge. Okay, that'll work. So let's do a single and do some measurements. So we're going to change this channel 2, and we want to do a positive or max. And we want to change this to channel 2, and we want to do a min. Okay, so let's start and stop, make sure that we got this thing. Oh shoot, wrong button. And let's go to single sequence, and let's do our measurements. We got max, min. So right here we're one diode below 0, and above it we are the 5 volts. 2 volts. 5 volts above it plus a diode. So this one is riding on a DC voltage, and again this guy clamps it in the minus direction when the alternation's of it. This guy's reverse bias, and we get the full amount out. Let's go ahead and let me do my snipping tool, make sure that we could actually see all the numbers. Sure they don't disappear on us. And again we got 4.7 max minus 5.4, which is our diode, so we got it where we can see it hopefully. Okay, let's fire up our negative clamper and see what happens here. Okay, so our blue needs to be triggered. So our yellow should be just standard, yes. So let's go this, turn off the yellow, and let's go to trigger menu. And we are going to trigger edge, in channel 2, good. So now what we need to do is just move our trigger arrow down until it locks the signal. Okay, same way that we do with our real scope. So let's go ahead and go to single. And let's go back to measure. And again, we have a positive 0.5 volts for our diode. And this guy has got a minus 4.7 in the minus direction. So let's go ahead and clip that out, or use my snip tool to make sure that we can see our numbers. I did something wrong here. Let's try again. And there we have our negative clamper.